Hello everybody, welcome to another YouTube video. I'm Robelle Autonomy, and today we are here to react to some Zenless Zone Zero stuff. But today it is the Zenless Zone Zero GIF marketing. They dropped a super big bomb. The faction that I've been waiting for. They're finally here. I'm mispronouncing things because I'm so excited. But it looks like our dear angels of delusion have finally shown up. These are characters that have been teased since before the game release. Since before the launch, the devs posted the concept art for them, and now they are finally here over a year later. Has it been 2 years? Let me think. Okay. Flippin', it's so crazy to think that like season 2 of Zenless Zero, we're almost 2 years into the game, but not quite there yet. Not quite there. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's take a look. Let's see what we're looking at. I'm so excited. Alright, so we're gonna swap over to this big screen here, and let's take a look at what this is. Oh, let's start back here. Chinatsu is here, but she's been renamed to Sunna. I assume it's a stage name thing, or maybe it's just, censorship, because anyone that is in the know, they know there's some political stuff happening right now, and seeing as this is a game produced primarily out of China, there's stuff happening in the background that far surpasses, just the entertainment space. But we're here to just discuss this character. Here we have Sunna. Oh my goodness, she's adorable. It is curious to see that they're not voice acted in the strip marketing. Usually these characters have quotes, but I guess they're not really doing that anymore. Or maybe they just haven't cast them yet. I don't know. But my goodness, what an adorable character. Just look at them. Oh my goodness. She's adorable. But as you can see here, she is physical support. Oh no. Irma, no. We have more supports. That means she's a must pull, right guys? Also, she's physical. What does that mean? Does that mean she cooks Yuzuha? The answer is, well, obviously not. Alright, obviously not. Alright, Zenless Zone Zero, while we do have power creep, alright, I'm not gonna deny that. I do think that they're really good at making characters kind of fulfill specific roles. And so when I look at this, I see Sunna, she's physical, support here, and so it really makes me, think, okay, are we gonna be doing the same thing as Yuzuha? And the answer is probably no. Good example, we look at Chun-Yi, we look at Trigger. They do completely different jobs. I know a lot of people think that Chun-Yi is washed. She's, been power crept by Dialin. But the thing is, Chun-Yi still has her role, right? She does her own thing. And in this game, having characters that do the same thing, similar things, because Chun-Yi and Dialin do completely different things, right? But having the similar roles is good because this is a game where you need 3 teams, especially with the updated shield defense. So, I'm curious to see what Sunna does, especially because we do have kind of an idea of what the Angels of Delusion will be doing. The disc set for it's labeled let me see what it's called. And here we are. Okay, I got it. We're good. Alright, so if you have a new disc set, it's called Shining Aria. Obviously, it's for the Angels of Delusion. And as you can see, it is 2-piece ether damage bonus, so it's not gonna be for Sunna here. But the 4-piece is when the equipper's basic attack hits an enemy, the anomaly proficiency increases by 36, lasting 8 seconds. Repeated triggers reset the duration when enemies on the field, or when any enemy on the field is stunned, the equipper's damage increases by 25%. So it's weird because it's ether damage bonus, but it has emphasis on anomaly as well with the anomaly proficiency. And then it has another emphasis on a flipping stun. So we know that this is probably for the robot. We know what she looks like already, but the average at marketing as well, so we'll be going over that after. But with that in mind, we know that they're doing weird stuff with anomaly and stunning. So with that in mind, I think Sunna, as a physical support, she probably is going to be contributing to that. Maybe she's going to have high days, off-field application. I don't know. I imagine she's not going to do the same thing that Yuzuha does. Yuzuha, what she does is she basically copies the element of the person that attacks right after her, and then she applies physical anomaly along with her with the anomaly of the type that she copied. So But she helps disorder teams quite a bit, and I think Sunna will probably not do that. She'll probably lean towards something more stun related, you know, kind of creating this new playstyle in regards to Anomaly. At least that's what I think. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know. But like, I don't know if that's like what we're going for, but I think that's gonna be the case. Now, I am curious if she will be compatible with Yi Shunguang, because Yi Shunguang is kind of our new Void Hunter. Everybody's saying, oh, Zhao is free, so of course they have to make a premium version of Zhao, which I argue I don't think they have to do that, because if any, like, okay, every single content creator I see that makes a guide about Zhao, they're like, oh, she might be cooked. Or no, they don't say that. They say she's very good, but the thumbnail and the clickbait title, all of them say, oh, Zhao is defense, she might be cooked, she's not the best. And then anybody with like eyes and like 2 brain cells, you look at Zhao's kit and you see 1,000 attack, you see 40% damage bonus. If you pull a W engine, you get a 10% attack boost, the 10% HP boost, and then you also get 30 crit damage. And it's like, when you look at that, and then you look at Astra, which Astra I think is probably a little bit better, but like Astra has like, what, 25 crit damage, 1200 attack boost, and then like not as much damage bonus as well. So it's kind of like, if you look at Zhao objectively, she's actually really, really good. And having a premium version of Zhao to support Yi Shunguang, I feel like that would power creep all of the supports if we make a stronger version of Zhao. Does that make sense? So, I think that Sunna is probably not gonna be, you know, I don't think she's gonna be like Zhao replacement. Actually, if anything, the reason that Zhao is so good for Yi Shunguang is because she has that Ether Veil. Even though it's like a weird HP percent one, just activating Ether Veil gives Yi Shunguang 3 stacks of her sword, right? Of her sword resource or whatever. So, if we look at Sunna here, if she is a support, or let's just assume she does something like gives 1,000 or 1,200 attack, something like that. If it's just that plus Ether Veil, I'm actually willing to bet this is again, I'm assuming this is Ether Veil because that's the new thing that they've been doing with the units, the supports, right? Yi Shunguang has Ether Veil, Yudhari has Ether Veil, Lucia has Ether Veil, and if Zhao has Ether Veil, everyone has Ether Veil, and they're getting abilities activated via Ether Veil. I think the Angels of Delusion, I think they'll have Ether Veil stuff too. They'll follow Ether Veil. If you know like the kind of concept behind the robot character Aria, you know that she is a robot, and then she uses like, she's a reverse Vtuber essentially. She is a robot that like Vtubes as a human, if that makes sense. Oh, that's what the concept art was? We're gonna be looking at a juke marketing right after, and hopefully that confirms my superstitions here. But I'm guessing she's gonna use Ether Veil to transform. I feel like that makes sense, right? So I'm going to assume Sunna gives Ether Veil as well. And here's the thing, in regards to Yi Shunguang, everyone says like dial-in is the main thing for Yi Shunguang, but here's what I think is gonna happen. If Sunna gives any good buffs, I don't know what it could be, damage percent, it could be, or if it's anomaly proficiency, then get rid of the compatibility, that goes out the window. But yeah, if she does Ether Veil and she has good buffs, I'm willing to bet the main thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna take Zhao, and we're gonna take Sunna, and we're gonna put them on the same team with Yi Shunguang, and Dial-In will be moved to a different team. That's what I think. That is my prediction, that is my assumption, that is what I think. And I don't think Sunna will compete with Yuzuha. I think Yuzuha will be like in her own niche with the sorter comms, because she has that increased anomaly, application. Oh, I don't know, maybe Sunna does increase anomaly application, but I can't imagine they do like, you know, the same role and then they do the exact same thing, because then it would have to be just direct power creep, you know what I mean? And the thing is, the Zenless Zone Zero devs have made this very clear. They want your characters to have staying power. They want you to be invested in your character, and they want them to stay somewhat relevant and usable for as long as possible. Even though that's not exactly the best thing for business, they've proven this by going in and buffing Bernice. They went in and they buffed Grace. They went in and they keep buffing Ellen and Soldier Zero on me, so they're even more powerful now. So, doing direct power creep, and I know me saying this right after Yi Xiong came out and she's the strongest character ever, but they don't really want to lean too much into constant power creep, and it makes sense from a game design standpoint and a business standpoint. And the reason it makes sense from a business standpoint, even though they're not directly power creeping and forcing the players to constantly swipe for the newest characters over and over and over again, do you want these characters relevant? Because they're selling you not just the character, they're selling you the team comp, right? And the thing is, having all of the premium teams there, that actually makes it so that people don't want to pull. Because it's like, oh, I can't pull the entire team, so I'm not even going to pull. But if you have a character that you already have, like let's say Bernice, and you go, oh, I have Bernice, I can slot them into this team. And that old character maintains the relevancy. Now you have, you know, a more accessible team that will tempt you into pulling the new characters, if that makes sense. So it's definitely a business approach of some kind. Like they gave us a free Zhao because everyone that's pulling for Yi Xiong, right? Everyone is skipping everybody for Yi Xiong. And then since everyone's pulling for her, they're like, well, here's free Zhao. And now you're tempted to pull for Zhao's W engine to make Zhao even better for Yi Xiong, or you're tempted to pull for Mindscapes for Yi Xiong because you already have her teammate. Anyway, that's what I think. Let's take a look at obvious stuff for Summer here. And I will actually swap the music over. Alright. There we go! Agent Record Sunna! Ah, I'm so nervous! I just wish I could find a way to make the entire audience disappear! Alright, that's directly from Sunna herself. Very cute. She seems to be a character that has like stage fright a little bit. Step left, spin to the right, raise my hand. Huh? Where did they start calling me head the beat again? Ugh, stop laughing, my arms and legs have a mind of their own. I'll practice and... I'll practice it one more time. No, 10 more times. I can definitely do this. So at least she's filled with determination. She's not the best dancer and she gets stage fright. But she's here to bring our sweetest delusions to life. It is Sunna of the Angels of Delusion. Let's take a closer look at her art here. Or I literally spent like an entire 10 minutes yapping about her possible kit. So let's see Camille thinks of her design, see if we can get more ideas out of it. So clearly she has a megaphone as a weapon. So I imagine maybe she'll do aftershocks and she'll just like yell through the megaphone and you'll see like sound waves smacking the enemy. That would be interesting. I think that would be cool. If there's any other things of note in her design. Now, actually, I'll bring this up too. We do have her original concept art. Boy, you literally can't see. Let me go over here. We do have her original concept art. And you can see she has a lot of really cool things in her design here. A lot more detailed than just the marketing art that they've given us. But, oh wait, that's the wrong one. Alright, we'll look over Aria later, but let's look at Chinatsu first, and as we can see, her design really hasn't changed much. They really stayed faithful to that original design. I do think in her original concept art, she actually seems a little bit smaller, a little bit younger, a little bit shorter. Like this is very much a very cutesy character, and you know what? I adore cute characters. But I think her like final version turned out really, really good. Definitely, you can see her arms are a lot, you know, they're a lot skinnier, more elongated, and she's a little bit more mature looking. Not like, she's obviously not like, you know, a super bazonga, a super tall character that's very attractive, like let's say Astra Yao, right? This is one of the short girl characters, probably more in line with like Xingyi or like Jafufu. I am curious to see how they're gonna try and sell these characters because, I mean, Zenless, we can't, you know, go dodge around the topic. Zenless Zone Zero is a game that very much relies on a lot of fan service for its marketing. And so when we have these characters that they're idols, so I imagine they have some appeal in that aspect. But these characters are a little bit younger than, you know, a lot of our larger Zenless Zone Zero characters. And so I'm curious to see how the fan base reacts to these characters because, well, everyone's over here going crazy over like Jane, right? And then, a lot of the people, they're pretty vocal against their shorter characters. Although I would argue that I think there is a little bit of a stigmatism against these shorter characters because of the perception that they are children. Which, that is, that's I think it's a reasonable thing to assume when you look at Amazon Zero from the outside, or, without really thinking things through. But, I mean, if you've done the new story quest in Zenless Zero 2.5, you see what an actual, kid version of a character looks like, because there's a little flashback sequence in which we see Yi Guang and Belle or Wise in their child form. And, they're way smaller than the short girl characters in ZZZ. So I feel like, and even then, you see Jafufu, and she's like, I'm an adult. But you see her character, she's so short in game, but I think it's just the art style. So I'm curious to see if these characters, after we're gonna mean them more towards a high school age. Because that's typically how idols are, right? When you see Japanese idols, or I don't meet our Korean idols, or maybe even... Is there idol culture in China? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments down below, but typically when you see idol culture, right, the idol groups tend to start around the age 16, and so I'm assuming, or around that age, that early teenage where they're not exactly adults, and those are the idols that people get obsessed with. That's just idol culture. That's the entertainment industry, and so I'm curious to see if these characters are gonna be like that, just because you see a lot of our other characters they're very clear in stating that they're adults. The most of them. We know Corin is young, but everybody else is oh yeah, that person's an adult. That's just the very short adult woman. Or something like that. So I'm curious to see how they handle this, because idol culture, traditionally at least, we have younger characters. I know it's a weird topic to go on about and rant about for a bit, but it's just, when we have this gacha game where, it's very common for people to simp the characters. And then the people get upset with morals and all that when it's it's just a game, guys, right? We see this, and so I'm oh, will the fan base that is typically caught gooning over all the characters, will they receive the younger looking characters very well? I don't know, especially because we know they're probably gonna shoot all of the Angels of Delusion at us back to back to back. We're probably gonna be seeing all of them all in a row, which means for the foreseeable future, 1.5 patches at max, right? It's just gonna be these short girl characters. Anyway, let's take a look at more than just that. I think her design is cute. I like the one side ponytail. I like her mint hair. And her accessories are really, really nice. We've seen her model in-game already in the summer event all the way back in 1.5, I believe? Or no, it was 1.6? I don't even remember anymore, but it was that last summer event. I like her little Tamagotchi with the cat on there. I am curious to see if that has more of an impact in her moveset, because we saw Alice and she has this little Tamagotchi thing on her belt, or an emotion reader of some kind, and it literally does nothing. It was there to aura farming cutscenes. And it was interesting, it was fun. I'm sure the animators had a lot of fun with it. But this one is it's way smaller, so it's a lot harder to see, so I'm curious to see if they do anything with this specifically. Or maybe it's just an idle animation. But we're gonna take a look quickly at her concept design here, just because we don't see the back of her design here. You can see basically every aspect of her outfit actually made it into the final version. And I like that her backpack here, you can see this charm of this, and I don't even know what that is, a blob thing. But I imagine this is probably changed by now. I imagine they made it different. We got some pretty cool things here. Now, this is something we don't have to observe too deeply, because if we look at the new design here, I imagine that there are some more modernized things, and we've had this for ages. But looking at her backpack, you can see she's the musical composer for the Angels of Delusion. I remember seeing people theorize about this 3/4. They thought she was coming out in March or something, on the 4th of March or on the 3rd of April. And it's like, no, this is a timestamp for, this is a timing for music. It's the 3/4, 3/4 timing. Let's say she's a musical composer. I am so curious if we will reach this level of expression that you see on her like concept art. Will we reach this level in game? Because these are very extreme faces, super duper expressive. I can't imagine they do these. Like I can't imagine they do this in game. I can see some of these happening in cutscenes, but like having these extreme faces, this level of emotion, I don't know if they can pull it off in game when they're restricted by the 3D models. Like maybe in the, if we look at the, when the game's doing a storytelling visual novel style, and it's like, you know, the front facing characters and they're doing their poses and their different faces while talking, maybe Rebecca can get some of these in there, but like these are extreme. Anyways, let's take a look over at her agent record on the Hoyo Play page, or on the Hoyo Lab page, I mean. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's zoom in, see what the quotes are. Zenless, you! This is the third member of the Angels of Delusion. Let's see what she has to say. Don't worry, I'll give you a boost of idol power! Nangong, who came running and secretly pressed the cold drink she just bought against Senna's arm. Okay, that is something I do, I'll be honest. It's funny messing with people when you have something that's cold, and it's like, because it's always such a shock to the system. If you press like a cold drink against someone's like arm or something, they freak out. So I guess that's a nice little like hint into Nangong Yu's character. It refers to her as Nangong. Alright, and that's typically the family name though. Or is it? Well, I mean, we have Yi Siyuan and Yi Shunwang. So Yi is their family name, and that comes first. So I'm missing her first name is Yu. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to get used to calling her Yu. Alright, let's hear. Well, Bubblegum must be pretty happy, right? I mean, it's also energetic whenever it shows up. It's way more spirited than Sunna after she finishes running a song. Wait, who's Bubblegum? Aria once suddenly asked, is my virtual pet kitten happy? Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm guessing Aria is looking after the little Tamagotchi, the virtual pet. So that does make me think. The Tamagotchi thing probably does. It probably does have a very prominent role in like, because we've seen that Sunna is supposed to be a very shy character. A very shy character that has stage fright. So I imagine that her virtual pet, her kin, is there to kind of offset that. Let's hear. Hello, the rent for the practice room hasn't been paid this month. Yeah, I can see that the lights are on. Can someone please answer? Meanwhile, the young lady behind the door had entered in a flow state while composing music. Okay, so this is their like landlord. Is their landlord? Okay, wait. If they're so. This suggests to me that they're like living in their own studio. Who's paying for it? Who is paying for? Are they paying for it? I don't know. Alright, so when Senna sings while playing the piano, you can't help but smile. Same goes for when she's practicing her dance steps or being forced to wear cat ear headsets. Their teacher opening up a shopping app while the angels were immersed in their rehearsals. Their teacher. I'm wondering if this is an NPC or if they're hinting that there's gonna be like a fourth member of the Angels of Delusion and it's gonna be a manager character. That would be really cool. But of course, you don't have the name for them just yet. And so that's everything for Sunna. That is everything for Sunna. So without further ado, there is still more drip lightning for us. And this is what I've been really excited about. This is what I've been really waiting for. This is what I'm so hyped for, alright? And that is... we have the agent record. Aria. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Look at you, so cute! Oh my gosh. And as you can see, but it happened. Alright, so her main form is the robot. And she's a Vtuber, and seeing the VTubes as a human. Now, of course, we've seen their social media, because they have an official social media. They actually have even responded to some of my comments on their stuff. Actually, let me show that off real quick. Alright, here we go. So here they posted this oh so adorable image of of Sunna in front of the other angels. Alright, super duper adorable. Right, super cute. And then I said cuter than Bangboos. And they responded, thanks for the compliment, but I still think Bangboos are cuter. And that got me super excited. Anyways, back to the drip marketing. Okay, so she has a robot form, as I was saying, and then she transforms into her human VTuber. This is fake, she's not real, but also this is how she views herself, and I think it's adorable. So as you can see, both versions, it's probably going to be one unit that transforms. That's my assumption. And please don't make me vote for two of them. I will die. Anyways, you can see they're both either Anomaly. Well, it's probably the same character. But, I mean, it is the same character. They're both Aria. But, like, I'm talking about one character slot, right? There's no way they're two, right? But I'm guessing it's a robot, and then maybe Ether Veil happens, and then she transforms into the enhanced version. The performer, the face of the Angels of Delusion, the Aria with this adorable dress, the adorable wig. Oh my goodness, I love this design so much. This is like probably my second favorite design in all of ZGZ. I would say it's my first, but it's too late. I already went all in on Orpheus Magus. I am not allowed. I am actually allowed. But I have to stay loyal for at least a little bit longer and say that's my favorite for a while. But this is immediately, not even without seeing the story, without any lore, without anything, this is my second favorite character in the game. It would be the first, if not for me trying to stay loyal because I am 6th Orpheus Magus already. But I actually mark my words. It won't happen on our first run. It won't happen on her first run. But on her rerun, I will M6 Aria. I will M6 it. I will make it happen. I say that, but I'm about to get bombarded with must-have units back to back to back to back. So we'll see. But I'll do my best. I'm bare minimum M3 so I can get a name card out of it. But that is the character. She looks adorable. I love the burst of confidence when her face is hidden. Alright, look how nervous and shy she looks. And like, oh my goodness, I love the proportions of this character. The big robot, the thick robot legs, very Mega Man-esque. Watch it, it's reverse Mega Man-esque because it's thick up top and then thin at the bottom. So that's not really how Mega Man works, but that's okay. That's okay. I love that, like, instead of feet, it's just stubs. All right, the ZZZ Dab said, all right, the feet people can't have this one, and I'm all for it. It's a joke now. It's a joke. Anyways, I love how she looks. She's so cute. Oh my goodness. Gosh dang. Alright, let's move over and take a look at her other deals here. Oh, that's the thing here. Alright, here we go. IT Record Aria. Alright, together let's create the most beautiful stage in the world. When delusion spreads, everything on you turns into a hazy kaleidoscope of colors. So leave your worries at the door, follow me, and let's dive into the world of music. Lights, music. 3, 2, 1. Angels of Delusion! Oh my gosh, that gets me so hyped. Just seeing this here. Alright, let's take a look at them up close and personal. Alright, so first off, actually, I love how they did this, having the robot form in the back. Because this is her. This is how she views herself. This is what gives her the power to perform. I am curious if she's gonna have like a... I'm curious if she's gonna have a little bit of a complex in her robot form. Like, I wonder if she will say if she doesn't approve of her robot form appearance. But, you know what? Look how confident and happy she is though in her VTuber form. And as a VTuber, I can relate. I do most definitely gain a severe confidence boost, and I get to be my true self when I am VTubing because I don't have to worry about, you know, people looking at me. You're looking at Robelle. Except Robelle is me, and that's how it is. But yes, most definitely, big confidence spike. I love it. And you can see it in the way they draw the character. This character hunched over, you know, arms tucked in, the very small. Alright, and then when she's in this other form, chest puffed out, confident. Alright, back curved, leaning forward, looking up, looking down on the people because she is a star, looking down at us. She's on the stage, and we're all looking at her. Fantastic. The way, it's the contrast. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm such a big fan of like the headphone antenna horns. Oh my goodness. These are so peak. I love it. I love it so much. My goodness. Alright, let's take a look over here after Agent Record. We read all this already, so it would be what's down here. Alright, fooling online is to write songs, no sweat. Just thinking about having my music brought to life by Aria's voice makes me feel like I could write 100 more. So no while trekking with her fan group late at night. Sunna, quick, get me phone. Play me song from Lady Susie or Miss Vesper. Dagon has her own tricks for dealing with the tired Aria. So okay, when Aria is tired, we have to play a song from other famous people. Now I will say, Lady Cersei has actually made her first appearance in them. If you go onto the internet, you can actually see there's a post about her. She's thought of as a queen, apparently. Lady Cersei, very interesting character. But we will hopefully see her later. I think we've also seen Vesper already in some of the posters in the overworld. So we can see they're already teasing more, famous people, famous singers in the world of Zenless on Zero. We saw that the way they marketed and the way they marketed Aster Yao, she was hinted about from the very beginning. We had multiple posters of her. She was in advertisements. If you're in Luminous Square, I know nobody ever looks up in this game. They always look straight ahead. If you look up at like the big advertising screens, you can see Aster Yao has just been on there since like the very beginning of the game. So they're teasing future probably playable famous people. I wonder if they'll follow in the stars of Lyra or if they'll be their own faction. But it is definitely something of interest. I mean, the A's of Delusion are their own separate factions, so I imagine Cersei or Vesper, or maybe both of them are their own faction. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe next year, when we're, when we're done the season 3 story, we'll have another kind of epilogue, like relaxing the storyline that involves more celebrities. She's the lead vocalist, but she can dance non-stop for so long. Are we sure she's not an intelligent construct in disguise, blurred out unintentionally by an audience member who's already out of breath just from cheering? And they're on to us. They're on to our unlimited energy as robots. Uh-oh. And chat says the same thing. They see me stream for like 30 hours and they're like, oh my goodness, this robot's unstoppable. Alright, dude. Mom, there was a super pretty lady in the hall just now. She saved me while singing and dancing. The Theos may not be in the music, but luckily, Aria's got some pretty metal skills up her sleeve. So, clearly she has combat prowess looking at this. Let's take a look at her original concept art over here. Alright, so this is Aria from way back. As you can see, the plan from the beginning was having this robot that transforms, magical girl transforms into a confident version, a confident human version of herself. Her Vtuber, her OC, whenever you want to view it. Quadruple tail Miku, I don't know what you want to call it. But as you can see, I really like that it actually very much holds the same silhouette. It's not exactly the same, right? But the four, twin tail, or not twin tails, but the four ponytails, that's just part of the robot. The horns, the antennas, that's just part of the robot. And then the dress even has a similar thing with the side paneling on the robot. And look at all these expressions! Now these I think are very possible in the game. Her face is not warping too much. It's really interesting to see, and I am wondering. So if you look, actually no, this one kind of factors what I was about to say, but her eyes don't really change shape. It's more the pupils. It's like the eyes are like, it's solid metal. I'm sure they'll still like flex a little bit for the sake of animation. They'll still squash and stretch a bit. but it looks like it's primarily the screen that's going to be changing around for the expressions. So I'm excited to see how they animate that. And then the confident version with the stars, excited to see that as well. Now this doesn't feature her weapon. I don't know what it is, but if we look at the TGA trailer, we see that she has, they look kind of like tambourines, but she has these dual like tambourine looking things, and I'm like, what are those? Maybe they glow in the dark, I think, and I'm thinking they might be kind of similar to glow sticks or something like that, but I don't know what they could be. Actually, I'll even bring it up real quick. So here we have the TGA trailer, and looking at it here, so we can see them. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Look at that confidence. And wait, I just noticed. Alright, she has the expression from her concept art. Wait. Okay, it's not as extreme. It is not as extreme, but she does have that expression right there. Although, again, not as extreme, but still very cute. Anyways. Hey, there it is. So, we can see she has these things. These are not in her concept art. They look like tamarines. Maybe these light up and they glow like pink, or actually maybe this kind of green here that we see on the halo. I don't know why you has a glowing halo, and then the other two just don't. Like, what is that? There's something special about this character. There's definitely something going on with her. But I think maybe these light up and they glow green. And they're actually like, you know when you see like the idol fans and they have the glow sticks and they're going crazy with them? I think maybe those might be like that, maybe? Like, I have no idea. And then no clue, like either that or they're tambourines or something. But that's probably her weapon. Maybe. I mean, okay, she does like have this human form. And we've seen that using the power of ether, characters like Lucy can project holograms over top of their attacks. For example, Lucia just does attacks, and it looks like she's summoning ethereals, but she's just projecting the image of an ethereal over top of her like actual like her science blasts, her laser beams, or whatever kind of attack you want to believe them to be. So she's literally, people were thinking she's using magic to summon ethereals, but actually, what now Lucia was doing is she was just putting holograms over top of her like actual physical attacks. Or not physical attacks, but like, you know, her laser beams or whatever. The ether power she's launching out. And so we have this character that transforms in real life into a human, right? They have a robot that projects herself as human, so maybe it's projection technology to have her transform, right? Some kind of virtual projection. No, those are like little projectors, and she'll be projecting other things out of them. Or maybe they just shoot out ether, I don't know. Maybe they're guns. They could be the Dead Space gun for all I know. The Dead Space saw, that made sense to me. But yeah. I mean, I imagine... Okay, so we know this one's gonna use like flails, these morning stars, right? With the mace, I don't know, maybe. There's emphasis on the hands here. I'm guessing there's some projection stuff going on. If I had a guess, alright, so we're looking at these characters. We have a megaphone. So that's very in line with like, you know, an idol group. But then this is not in line with an idol group. If we look, we see the halo, we see the wings, and she's pink, and she's cute, and they're releasing in February. Alright, if anything, I think she's Cupid. I think that she's gonna have a bow. That's what I think. I think she's gonna bow user. She's gonna be a bow user. And how she's gonna play, I don't know. Like, an easier version of the Harumasa? Question mark? I don't know. I have no clue. No idea, but... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let me just go back and see. I wonder... Did the stuff on the back make it in? Or is it just side panels now? Because she has this giant ring over here, but I guess we can't really see it. We can't really see it, so we'll have to wait till later. But, yeah, no, I definitely think that's it. That's all for this video. I am so excited. I will be pulling all of them. I'll get all of them in their W engine at least. I would like to get extra mind skips of Aria, but, you know, It's been a little rough. I've been pulling a little bit too much. In Season 2, I've gotten a lot of the characters, at least compared to Season 1, so I definitely think that I'm guaranteed if I just play my cards right, I can get M0W1 of all of them. I would like to see if I can maybe get some extra mindscapes for Aria over here. Just because I have to, represent my love for the robot. You know what I mean? Anyways, I guess that's it, that's all. I'm excited. As for how she plays, again, we were looking at that artifact set, or the disc set, sorry. Alright, she said, and this set is 1,000,000% for Aria, right? The 10% ether damage bonus that uses ether anomaly, and it gives anomaly proficiency, an extra damage bonus whenever you hit a basic attack, and then also you get extra damage when the enemy is stunned. So I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be doing basic attacks. I bet she does basic attacks, and then it charges up some kind of bar, and then she does a super move. And that's why we get like an anomaly proficiency buff that only lasts 8 seconds. I feel like that makes sense. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know 40 minutes is really, really long for just having, a reaction to the drip marketing, but these are the characters I've been so excited for. Anyway, I want to see what you guys think down below. Alright, let me know in the comments. Are you going to be pulling either of them? Are you excited? What roles do you think they're going to fulfill? Alright, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think that Zhao is immediately power crept because we got a physical support right after? Or do you think that my theory is right? I don't know. Or are you going to be pulling for Sunna? Are you going to be pulling for Aria? Are you going to be saving for Nang Dong Yu? Who actually, we haven't even gone over her, but you know what? We'll go over her when they drip market her. But they drip marketed these two on the same day. Does that mean that they're gonna be on the same banner? Or are they gonna be, first half is gonna be Sunna and then second half will be Aria? Part of me wants Aria to be first, just so that I have, just so that I have more, so I can play with her right away, but I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't know. Sunna was drip marketed first, so maybe we just pull Sunna and then we hold the line and wait for Aria. I think that's the plan there. And I guess that's that. Alright, anyway, if you watched this far and you aren't subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting there. We're getting pretty close, so you may as well hit that button. Alright, if you watched this far, that means you enjoyed the video, so subscribe, bell notification so you know when I upload more Zenless 1.0 content. I also cover other gacha games. You want to look more into Genshin Impact, more into Wuthering Waves, more into the upcoming games like Project RX, Armed Knights Enfield, NTE. Now I have a million things I have to make reaction videos to right now, but I have been feeling a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been able to do so. But hopefully I can make my recovery soon. Anyway, with that one, hope you all had a good one. Remember, I'm 10 away, so nice to why. We'll see you all next time. Bye!